If you think making money from home means selling old stuff online or starting a side hustle that takes forever, think again. I've pulled together 80 powerful machines that can launch a real business right from your garage, spare room, or even your kitchen. Some are so small you could fit them on a table. Others can turn raw materials into products worth thousands. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know these machines exist. By the end of this video, you'll have dozens of ideas you could start this year. Strap Webbing Weaving Machine. Every bag, backpack, pet leash, cargo strap, and belt uses woven webbing, but most small manufacturers have to buy it in large quantities from big suppliers. A strap weaving machine, around 5,000 to 7,000, lets you produce custom webbing on demand. This opens up incredible opportunities for customization. Unique colors, patterns, reflective materials, or custom text woven right into the straps. You can serve local manufacturers who need small quantities of specialized webbing, or create your own product lines. Think about CrossFit gyms wanting custom straps with their logo, pet boutiques needing unique leash designs, or outdoor gear companies requiring specific color combinations in small batches. These are orders that big webbing manufacturers won't take, but they're perfect for your operation. Your competitive advantage is flexibility. You can do short runs, custom colors, and quick turnarounds that large suppliers can't match. Automated Sock Knitting Machine. Everyone needs socks, and the custom sock market is surprisingly profitable. Modern circular knitting machines can produce complete socks in just minutes and cost between $4,000 to $8,000 for business-grade equipment. The machine handles everything from toe to cuff, can switch patterns and sizes quickly, and works with various materials including organic cotton, wool, or recycled fibers. Custom or novelty socks easily sell for $8 to $15 per pair, while your material costs might be $1 to $2 per pair. You can target niche markets that big manufacturers ignore. Local sports teams, company promotional items, holiday themes, or specialty designs for specific groups. The sustainability angle is strong too, since you produce exactly what's ordered with minimal waste. The beauty is in the flexibility. Today you're making Christmas socks for a local retailer. Tomorrow it's custom athletic socks with a gym's logo. Next week it's wool hiking socks for an outdoor shop. Fiber Laser Rust Removal Machine. This machine literally looks like something from a sci-fi movie. You wave a laser gun over rusty metal and watch decades of corrosion vanish instantly. Handheld laser rust removal machines are available for sale at prices ranging from $6,000 to $16,800. The applications are endless. Classic car restoration, industrial equipment, maintenance, boat repairs, even historical preservation projects. Traditional rust removal involves nasty chemicals, hours of grinding, or sandblasting that creates tons of mess. This laser system does it all with just electricity and creates virtually no waste. You can charge premium rates because this service is so specialized and impressive to watch. Car restoration shops pay $40 to $80 per hour for this kind of work, and industrial clients often pay even more. The best part is the wow factor. When potential customers see rust disappearing like magic, they're sold immediately. AI Photo Booth. Forget those boring old photo strips. AI photo booths are absolutely crushing it at events right now. Picture this. Someone steps up to what looks like a regular photo setup, snaps a pic, and within seconds, they're transformed into a superhero, a Renaissance painting, or whatever crazy theme the event is going for. The magic happens through AI software that runs in the cloud, so you don't need to be a tech genius to operate one. Companies are making serious money at weddings, corporate events, and parties by offering this experience. You can start with just an iPad, a decent backdrop, and a lighting setup for around $2,000 to $3,000 total. The beauty is in the pricing model. You can charge event organizers a flat fee of $500 to $1,500 per event, or go per print at $3 to $5 each. People absolutely love seeing themselves reimagined, and they'll share these images all over social media, giving the event and you massive exposure. Jelly Candy Making Machine. Don't laugh. The gummy candy business is absolutely booming, especially in the artisanal and functional food spaces. A complete jelly candy production setup typically costs between $8,000 to $15,000 and can pump out 50 to 150 kilos of gummies per hour. Think about the opportunities here. Custom wedding favor gummies, CBD-infused products, vitamin supplements, or just incredibly high-quality artisanal candy that sells for premium prices. Your raw material costs are incredibly low, maybe $3 to $5 per kilogram, while finished gourmet gummies easily sell for $20 to $35 per kilogram. The machine handles everything from mixing the gelatin base to cooking with flavors and colors, pouring into molds, and cooling. You can switch between different shapes and formulations quickly, which means you can do custom orders that big manufacturers won't touch. Local health food stores, specialty shops, and online customers are hungry for unique, high-quality gummy products. Bottle molding machine. If you've ever had a great idea for a beverage, cosmetic, or cleaning product but got stuck on packaging costs, this machine solves that problem. Small bottle blow molding equipment starts around $6,000, $12,000, and can produce 300 to 1,200 bottles per hour. The genius is in serving the small batch market that big manufacturers ignore. When a craft beverage company needs 5,000 custom bottles, major manufacturers laugh at them. But you can deliver exactly what they need at reasonable prices, often saving them huge shipping costs since empty bottles are mostly air. Your material cost is just a few cents per bottle, but custom short-run bottles command premium pricing. The sustainability angle is huge too. You can work with recycled materials or newer biodegradable plastics, appealing to environmentally conscious brands. Robot dog with AI. Those robot dogs you see on social media aren't just cool gadgets anymore, they're becoming legitimate business tools. The Unitree Go 2 is available in two models, Air $1,600 and Pro $2,800, making them way more affordable than you'd think. These four-legged robots come packed with cameras, sensors, and AI that can navigate obstacles, follow predetermined routes, or even tail a person around. They're perfect for security patrols at large properties, warehouses, or construction sites where human guards might be expensive or risky. But here's where it gets interesting. The novelty factor alone is worth its weight in gold. Imagine showing up to pitch security services with a robot dog demonstration. You'd instantly stand out from every other security company in your area. People remember the business with the robot dog. You could offer overnight patrol services, charge for property inspections, or even rent them out for events as entertainment. Ultrasonic slipper making machine. Hotels, spas, airlines, and medical facilities all need disposable slippers for their guests and patients. An ultrasonic slipper machine costs around $6,000 to $10,000 and can produce 120 to 200 pairs per hour, using sound waves to fuse materials without stitching. Your material cost is incredibly low, about 25 cents to 40 cents per pair for the non-woven fabric and foam. Even selling at wholesale prices of 60 cents to $1 per pair, you're looking at healthy margins on a product that's always in demand. The key is building relationships with local hospitality businesses, medical facilities, or spa chains. Once you establish a client base, you get regular repeat orders, since slippers are consumable items that need constant restocking. You could also explore promotional markets. Companies might want branded slippers for events, airlines could use custom designs, or luxury hotels might pay premium for higher quality materials and custom embroidery. Cold oil press machine. Fresh, cold-pressed oils are commanding premium prices as consumers become more health conscious. A tabletop oil press machine costs around $1,500 to $2,500 and can turn seeds and nuts into gourmet cooking oils. The economics are compelling. 5 pounds of seeds costing maybe $2 to $3 can yield 12 to 15 ounces of oil that sells for $15 to $25 at farmers markets or health food stores. The leftover seed cake can be sold as animal feed or fertilizer, so nothing goes to waste. You can press specialty oils that aren't readily available, walnut oil for gourmet cooking, flaxseed oil for health enthusiasts, or sesame oil for specialty cuisines. Each type commands different premium pricing based on its unique properties and market demand. The health and sustainability trends strongly favor locally produced fresh oils over mass-produced alternatives. Acrylic bending machine. Acrylic fabrication is a specialized field with excellent profit margins. A small acrylic bending machine costs $1,500 to $4,000 and can create custom displays, architectural elements, protective barriers, and artistic pieces. The COVID pandemic created massive demand for sneeze guards and protective barriers, showing how quickly new markets can emerge. But the applications go far beyond pandemic response. Retail displays, museum cases, outdoor signage, furniture components, and artistic installations all use bent acrylic. Your material costs are reasonable. Acrylic sheet costs $2 to $8 per square foot depending on thickness, but finished custom pieces often sell for $50 to $200 plus depending on complexity and application. The technical skills required create a barrier to entry that protects your margins. Most people can't bend acrylic properly, so they're willing to pay for professional results. Lace making machine. Lace might seem old-fashioned, but it's actually a gold mine waiting to be tapped. Wedding dress designers, boutique fashion creators, and craft enthusiasts are constantly hunting for unique lace patterns. These computerized machines automate what used to take hours of painstaking handwork, weaving intricate patterns with multiple threads. The process is mesmerizing, watching threads dance together to create delicate floral motifs and geometric patterns. Bridal shops are your golden ticket here. They're always looking for exclusive lace designs that set their gowns apart from mass-produced competition. But don't stop there. Cosplay enthusiasts pay premium prices for historically accurate lace, and home decorators love lace curtains and table runners. Spiral binding machine. Every presentation, manual, and custom notebook needs professional binding, and that's where you come in. Spiral binding transforms loose pages into polished professional documents that command respect. The machine punches precise holes and threads plastic coils through them, creating books that lay flat and look impressive. You have two paths to profit here. Service-based revenue comes from binding other people's documents, students with theses, small businesses with presentations, teachers with classroom materials. But the real money is in creating your own products. Custom notebooks, planners, and journals are huge on Etsy. You can design recipe books, fitness trackers, or wedding planners, then print and bind them yourself. Barbed wire making machine. I know what you're thinking. Barbed wire in 2025? But hear me out. Trade tensions and tariffs have pushed imported wire prices through the roof, creating a genuine opportunity for domestic production. A basic motorized barbed wire machine runs about $4,000 to $8,000. The demand is steady and predictable. Farms need it for fencing, security companies use it for perimeter protection, and there's even a niche market in rustic decor and movie props. The machine twists two steel wire strands together and adds barbs at regular intervals, producing hundreds of feet per hour. Your main cost is the raw steel wire, which you buy in bulk. Converting plain wire into barbed wire typically doubles or triples its value, and since you're competing against expensive imports, you can charge competitive rates while still maintaining healthy margins. This isn't glamorous work, but it's profitable and recession-proof. Corrugated box maker. E-commerce has created an insatiable appetite for custom-sized boxes, and that's your opportunity. Small online sellers are tired of using oversized boxes that waste money on shipping and materials. A corrugated box making machine is like a programmable cutter that creates boxes on demand. You input the dimensions, and it cuts and scores the cardboard perfectly. Etsy sellers and small e-commerce businesses are your ideal customers. They have unique products that don't fit standard shipping boxes. Moving and storage represent another goldmine. People have oddly shaped items that need perfect fit boxes, and they'll pay handsomely for that convenience. Your selling point is flexibility. No minimum orders, any size, quick turnaround. While Amazon uses massive automated systems, you're serving the forgotten middle market that needs customization without the corporate hassle. Wall printing machine. It seems like magic, but this machine paints giant murals in minutes almost by itself. But you're about to find out how easily it blows past $500 profit on a single job. You kick off with a vertical UV inkjet printer. Small versions on Alibaba start at just $3.5 to $400. Fully automatic and UV curing. The compact ones still gets up to 6 square meters an hour and can print unlimited width at custom heights. Ink runs about 14 milliliters per square meter at 18 cents per square miller with UV dry, making setup painless. On a typical 6-hour job, 60 square foot, You spend maybe $20 ink plus $50 power, travel, and finish a mural that commands 600 to 700 installed from offices, restaurants, cafes. The most crazy part is that the machine requires only one operator. That leaves a net of around $500 profit per job. This isn't just a cool printer, it's a low capex route into service business where you deliver, install, cash checks. Cigarette filling machine. It's not a fancy factory line, but it's a compact machine that fills cigarette tubes automatically, and the profit speaks for itself. This industrial-grade cigarette filling unit costs between $1,500 and $2,500 for mid-size models that handle empty, pre-rolled tubes into finished cigarettes. It fills around 50 to 80 cigarettes per minute, so in just 1 hour you can pump out 3 to 4,800 cigarettes and around 24,000 to 38,400 per 8-hour shift. Raw materials, filter tubes, and loose tobacco cost roughly 5 cents to 7 per cigarette, while a finished cigarette can wholesale for 15 cents to 20 cents, depending on region and quality. That means each stick nets about 8 cents to 13 cents. Multiply that by 30,000 cigarettes per day, and you're looking at 2,400 to 3,900 gross profit daily. Subtract a few hundred in labor, electricity, and packaging, and 2 to 3,500 net profit per day is very realistic. However, before setting up, you need to know this. Regulation and licensing for tobacco production vary heavily by country, so legal compliance is essential. Shrink wrap machine. Product packaging is often overlooked, but professional shrink wrapping creates multiple business opportunities. Entry-level machines cost $400, $1,200, while more automated systems run $2,000 to $8,000. You can offer packaging services to small manufacturers who don't want to invest in their own equipment. Food products, retail items, promotional packages, and gift sets all benefit from professional shrink wrap packaging. The consumable film costs are low, maybe 10 cents, 30 cents per package, but packaging services typically charge 50 cents, $2 per item depending on complexity. Volume contracts with local manufacturers can provide steady monthly revenue. Paper shredder. A heavy-duty paper shredder opens two distinct revenue streams that most people never consider. First, there's the shredding service angle. Individuals and small businesses have sensitive documents but don't want to invest in expensive equipment. You can offer mobile shredding services or host community shred days. But here's the genius part. That shredded paper becomes your raw material for a second business. The packaging industry is desperately moving away from plastic peanuts toward eco-friendly alternatives. Your shredded paper becomes premium packing material for gift baskets, shipping boxes, and craft supplies. Colored paper shreds are particularly valuable. Think Easter basket filler or craft project supplies. Vinyl cutting machine. The custom signage and decal market is absolutely booming, and a professional vinyl cutting machine puts you right in the action. Commercial-grade vinyl cutters range from $150 for basic models up to $5,000 for professional units, with sweet spot machines around $800 to $1,500 for serious small businesses. Think about all the vinyl applications around you. Storefront signs, vehicle wraps, laptop stickers, wall decals, custom t-shirt designs using heat transfer vinyl. A single machine can handle all of these markets. The beauty is in the recurring business model. Once you design a logo or sign for a business, they'll come back for more locations, seasonal updates, or replacement signs. Wedding planners need custom decals, small businesses need storefront graphics, and everyone wants personalized everything for their cars and homes. Computerized embroidery machine. Take a $5 plain hat, add an embroidered logo, and suddenly you can sell it for $25. That $20 markup represents maybe 30 cents in thread and 10 minutes of machine time. A good multi-needle embroidery machine costs $3,000 to $8,000, but can transform your profit margins on almost any fabric item. The personalization market is exploding. Everyone wants custom everything. Local businesses need uniforms with logos, sports teams want embroidered gear, and consumers love personalized gifts for weddings, babies, or special occasions. The machine does all the detailed work while you focus on design and customer service. You can run it from a spare room, take orders online, and build a reputation one perfectly stitched item at a time. The beauty is in the repeat business. Once a company uses you for uniforms or promotional items, they typically come back regularly for more. Word of mouth is powerful in this business because quality embroidery is immediately visible. Sponge making machine. Sponges and scouring pads are indispensable in kitchens, bathrooms, and restaurants, and even a novelty sponge like Scrub Daddy sold 25 million units and built a $170 million company. Simple sponge-forming machines for foam extrusion or press cutters can start around a few $1,000s, making them accessible for a home workshop. You'll need foam material and cutters. The investment is modest. Some entry models are under $2K. So you can produce cleaning sponges, scrubbers, and pads for homes, restaurants, or auto shops. Emphasize eco-friendly or novelty designs. Sell directly to cleaning businesses or via local retailers. Soap production line machine. The handcrafted soap market is exploding, but hand pouring limits your growth potential. A complete soap-making system costs $12,000 to $25,000, but can produce hundreds of bars per hour with perfect consistency. The machine handles mixing oils and lye, adding fragrances and colors, extruding uniform bars, cutting them to size, and even stamping your logo. This automation maintains the artisanal quality, while giving you the volume needed to supply retail stores or build a serious online business. Artisanal soaps sell for $8 to $15 per bar, while your production cost might be under $1.50 per bar when buying ingredients in bulk. The margins are incredible, and soap is consumable. Customers come back monthly for more. You can create themed product lines, seasonal scents, or target specific markets like sensitive skin, men's grooming, or eco-friendly formulations. Toothpick making machine. 8 billion toothpicks are still produced annually in the US, proving this tiny market has massive potential. While commodity toothpicks are a tough game, specialty picks are where the money hides. A toothpick-making machine transforms wood sticks or bamboo into perfectly sharpened picks. The process involves cutting, shaping, and polishing raw materials into finished products. Restaurants and caterers are moving toward bamboo toothpicks for their eco-friendly appeal. Flavored toothpicks, soaked in mint or cinnamon, create a premium product that sells for 10 times regular price. Cocktail enthusiasts love unique picks for their drinks, especially when they're locally made or have interesting stories. The key is positioning yourself in the specialty market rather than trying to compete with mass producers. Toothpick packaging machine. Making toothpicks is only half the battle. Packaging them professionally unlocks premium markets. A packaging machine wraps individual toothpicks in printed paper or fills boxes with exact counts, transforming bulk products into retail-ready items. Restaurants prefer individually wrapped toothpicks for hygiene reasons, and they'll pay extra for picks with their logo printed on the wrapper. This creates an advertising opportunity. Businesses love branded toothpicks as subtle marketing tools. The packaging adds minimal cost but multiplies your selling price dramatically. You're not just selling toothpicks anymore, you're selling convenience, branding, and professionalism. Portable Garden Bot. This robot quietly earns you money by mowing gardens on autopilot, and it fits right into the low cost. Entry-level robot mowers like the Aldi and Eufy models can be had for $450 to $1,799, while commercial-grade units range from $2,300 to $5,000 plus. These units work wirelessly or with boundary wires, and trim lawns up to 0.3 to 2.5 acres per charge. You just have to return to charge. Here's where the numbers get interesting. Landscape pros are bundling these into subscription mowing services, charging $75 to $150 a month for residential yards and $500 to $1,000 plus for commercial properties. And the electricity for charging runs just a few cents per day, say 10 to 2, plus occasional blade changes and cleaning. You can install one unit at $2,300, offer a $99 a month plan, or bundle add-ons like trimming and fertilizing, and even a single unit can pull in $1,000 to $2,000 a month net. And you can literally scale to a fleet, target Airbnb, offices, or upscale neighborhoods, and you've got a margin-rich, low-overhead service business. Rope might not sound glamorous, but it's everywhere, and that's exactly why it's profitable. From boat docks to dog parks, from craft rooms to camping gear, quality rope is always in demand. A rope braiding machine automates the intricate process of intertwining multiple strands into strong, consistent rope. Modern electric braiders use multiple spindles that dance around each other, creating professional-grade results. The variety is endless. cotton rope for macrame artists, paracord for survival enthusiasts, decorative rope for nautical home decor. Pet owners are particularly lucrative customers. They'll pay premium prices for custom-colored leashes and collars that match their style. Farmers and nurseries need specialized rope for plant ties and animal leads. Your advantage is customization, exact lengths, specific colors, and unique materials that big manufacturers won't touch. Candle wick making machine. The candle industry is absolutely booming, and every single candle needs a quality wick. While hobbyists focus on making candles, smart entrepreneurs focus on supplying the candle makers. A wick-making machine braids cotton threads into consistent, high-quality wicks that burn properly. The process involves feeding multiple spools of thread through braiding mechanisms, often with a wax coating station for premium wicks. Your customers are the thousands of candle makers selling on Etsy, at farmers markets, and in boutique stores. They need reliable suppliers for different wick sizes and types. Pre-tabbed wicks with metal sustainers are particularly popular because they save candle makers time. You can differentiate with organic cotton, lead-free materials, or specialty wicks for specific wax types. Wooden wicks that crackle are trending heavily. Chucker Automatic Lathe. This is a mini production line that shreds costs and builds components almost on their own. These Chucker lathes, like the Sherline Industrial Ready models, start around $2,550 and go up from there. With CNC-ready upgrades, they handle small batches of parts day in, day out, powered by often under 1 HP electric motors. In practice, you could run 50 to 200 parts per hour depending on geometry. Multiply that over an 8-hour shift and you're delivering hundreds of precise components. Materials run a few cents per part and sells between $2 and $10 each depending on complexity. Conservatively, even $5 part times 200 parts per day equals $1,000 revenue. Subtract power, all right, $5 per day, and a bit for tooling, wear, and programming, and your net profit easily hits $800 plus day in a small shop. And the play days come when you tap into contract work. Job shops, OEMs, event merch, even hobby markets all need short runs of custom parts. Eyelet Press Machine. These machines punch and set metal eyelets in fabric, leather, or plastic. They're used by clothing, tarp, belt, and upholstery makers. Small manual presses, plier style, cost only $30 to $100, while tabletop pneumatic models run a few $100s. You can set up a garage business attaching eyelets to banners, curtains, shoes, or handbags. Target local seamstresses, tarpaulin fabric shops, or craftsmen needing durable finishes. Offer bundled services, banner printing plus eyelets. However, it's a very niche service with limited scope. High-volume clients might buy in bulk, so scale carefully. Chain making machine. This machine forges gold chain precision with the hum of a motor, and by the end, you'll understand why even small jewelers envy its ROI. Imagine feeding a spool of wire into an automatic link-forming bending and welding system. No solder, no hands hovering over flames. Basic electric versions for lighter chains come in under $6,000, while semi-automatic curb or snake chain machines fetch $6,500 to $12,000. These setups straighten wire, cut, curve, weld, and polish in one continuous flow, producing 100 to 150 millimeters per second of chain. Think necklaces, bracelets, even decorative hardware. Wire is shockingly cheap, $20 to $50 per kilogram, and yields chains selling for $5 to $15 per meter depending on material and style. With just 10 kilograms of wire per day, that's $500 to $1,500 revenue from a bench-sized unit. Power and labor amount to only $30 to $50 per day, meaning a one-person shop nets $400 to $1,200 daily. Compact machine bodies mean garage or market stall friendly operation. PCB prototyping machine. The maker movement and IoT device development have created demand for small-run printed circuit board production. A desktop PCB mill costs $3,000 to $8,000 and can produce professional prototype boards in hours instead of weeks. Electronics entrepreneurs, students, inventors, and small tech companies all need quick prototype PCBs during development. Traditional PCB manufacturing requires large minimums and long lead times, creating opportunities for local rapid prototyping services. You can charge $50 to $200 plus per prototype board, depending on complexity, while your material costs might be $5 to $15 per board. The speed and convenience justify premium pricing for customers who need fast iterations. Educational institutions, makerspaces, and tech incubators all represent potential customers for PCB prototyping services. The technical skills required create barriers to entry that protect margins, and the equipment typically pays for itself within the first year of operation. 3D clay ceramic printer. Combining traditional pottery with cutting-edge technology, a 3D clay printer opens up incredible possibilities in the ceramics market. These machines typically cost $4,000 to $8,000 and can create intricate designs that would be nearly impossible to make by hand. The printer extrudes liquid clay layer by layer, building complex geometric patterns, detailed textures, or completely custom shapes. After printing, you fire and glaze the pieces just like traditional pottery, but with precision and complexity that commands premium prices. Designer home decor, architectural elements, custom planters, and artistic pieces all sell for serious money when they're unique and well executed. A piece that costs you $5 in materials and electricity can easily sell for $50 to $200, depending on complexity and market positioning. The art world loves the intersection of technology and traditional crafts, and interior designers are always looking for unique pieces that can't be found anywhere else. In our digital world, physical envelopes are more valuable than ever. Every greeting card, wedding invitation, and business mailing needs one. The beauty of an envelope-making machine is its versatility. It cuts, folds, and glues paper into professional envelopes automatically. Event planners and brides are your bread and butter here. They want unique envelopes that match their theme, something you simply can't get from office supply stores. Wedding invitations alone represent a massive market, and couples will pay extra for envelopes with custom liners or unique shapes. Small businesses love working with local suppliers who can handle short runs without massive minimum orders. The machine can produce thousands of envelopes per hour, but you're not competing on volume. You're competing on customization and service. Mattress quilting machine. These automated quilting systems range from $3,000 to $12,000 for single-needle computerized models, up to $20,000 to $30,000 for multi-needle industrial units capable of handling full mattress widths. A mid-range single-head unit can quilt 60 to 200 meters of fabric per hour, while a heavier-duty 8-kilowatt model can hit the upper end of that range consistently. Running costs are modest, including electricity for full days barely cracks $10 to $20. Spare parts and lubrication maybe $5 to $10 per day. With just 2 operators per shift, output can reach 1,000 square meters of quilted mattress surface daily. Quilting services typically add 1 to 3 per square meter in value, meaning even at the lower end, you're looking at $1 to $3K in additional daily revenue on materials you already own. They also quilt bedspreads, automotive padding, comforters, and decor items. That versatility means you can pivot quickly based on seasonal demand. Over time, most buyers report 2 to 3 times faster production and lower labor costs compared to manual quilting. Edge banding machine. This compact powerhouse adds smooth, polished edges to wood and panel pieces. Entry-level automatic models run $8,000 to $14,500. Designed for shops and production lines, they handle all stages automatically: pre-milling, glue application, end trimming, rough and fine trimming, scraping, and buffing, all in one pass. A mid-range machine consumes around 6 to 11 kilowatts, clips on edge tape, PVC, ABS, wood veneer, from 0.4 to 3 millimeters, and runs at about 12 to 20 meters a minute. With just one operator overseeing feed and go, a small shop can process 500 plus meters per day, adding 50 cents to 1 per 50 per meter in value. That translates to daily earnings of $250 to $750, minus power and labor costs, keeping profits in the high hundreds. Smaller shops often use portable hand-fed units under $200 that still boost quality and speed by replacing manual trimming. Hollow brick making machine. This machine turns raw concrete mix into stackable bricks non-stop, and it's hiding in plain sight. Starting with a foundation price between $2,800 and $3,000 for entry-level QTJ4 series models sold on Alibaba, this setup gets you from concrete slurry to 3,000 hollow blocks in just 8 hours. Bigger automatic systems push those numbers to 24,000 to 30,000 blocks per day. Power demand is modest, under 10 kilowatts for semi-auto units. Fuel or electric, depending where you are. Materials are straightforward: sand, cement, water, and often fly ash or crushed stone. The unit mixes and molds blocks at 1 every 15 to 40 seconds, depending on the version. Each block sells wholesale for 30 cents to 0.60 cents, depending on local markets, meaning even the small rig can clear $1,000 to $1,500 daily with a handful of operators. A $3,000 buy-in covers a few days' worth of blocks. Then you're running debt-free profit. These hollow blocks are in constant demand. Builders, landscapers, cement retailers all need them. Plus, adding colored pigments or interlock designs upsell is nearly free extra setup. Composting machine. Composting isn't just for gardeners anymore, it's becoming a serious business. With food waste on the rise and eco-consciousness growing, composting machines have become must-haves for households, restaurants, and even offices. These machines convert organic waste into nutrient-rich compost in a matter of hours or days, depending on the model. Compact composting units designed for home or small business use start around $500 to $1,500, making them a viable option for garage-based entrepreneurs. What makes this opportunity powerful is that you're not just selling a product, you're solving a waste problem. Market your compost output as organic fertilizer to urban gardeners, plant nurseries, or even on Etsy. The main thing to watch for? Odor and pest control. If not properly managed, composting machines can get messy. Wire forming machine. Custom wire products are everywhere, but most small businesses can't economically source small quantities of specialized wire forms. A basic wire forming machine costs $2,000 to $6,000 and can produce hooks, brackets, clips, springs, and custom shapes. The applications span multiple industries: retail displays, agricultural equipment, automotive accessories, furniture components, and artistic metalwork. Custom wire forms often sell for 5 to 10 times the raw material cost because of the specialized forming and setup required. Local manufacturers, fabrication shops, and inventors needing prototype or small-run wire components represent your core market. The ability to quickly produce custom shapes gives you advantages over suppliers requiring large minimum orders. Architectural applications like custom railings, decorative elements, or structural components can generate particularly high margins because they're often one-off custom projects. Mesh making machine. A wire netting machine weaves individual wires into various mesh patterns, giving you complete control over specifications that customers desperately need. Think beyond basic chicken wire. You can produce specialized meshes for unique applications. Beekeepers need specific mesh sizes for hive ventilation that's hard to find commercially. Aquaculture farms require custom mesh for fish cages and filtering systems. Artist sculptors pay premium prices for unusual mesh patterns and wire gauges for their installations. Even security applications need custom mesh densities. The machine feeds multiple wires simultaneously, weaving them into consistent patterns at adjustable tensions. The beauty of this machine is recurring orders once clients discover your flexibility. Welding machine. Welding is one of those rare skills that never goes out of style. Whether it's fixing gates, building custom furniture, repairing vehicles, or even creating metal art, the need for welding is everywhere. A basic welding machine can be yours for as little as $200 to $400, and many modern models are compact, lightweight, and perfectly suitable for home garages or mobile setups. You don't need to jump into industrial welding to make money. Start small. Advertise repair services for broken chairs, fences, or home appliances in your neighborhood. You can also get creative. Start making metal furniture or decor pieces for farmers markets or online shops. The downside is that welding requires skill and safety precautions. You'll need protective gear, good ventilation, and a bit of practice to get clean, strong welds. Bottle crimping machine. Whether you're bottling homemade sauces, craft beer, or cosmetics, proper sealing is essential for professional results. A bottle crimping machine secures caps with consistent pressure, creating leak-proof seals that customers trust. The craft beverage market is exploding with home brewers, kombucha makers, and artisanal soda producers who need reliable capping. Manual cappers are surprisingly affordable and can handle hundreds of bottles per hour. You can offer mobile bottling services to local producers who don't want to invest in equipment. Farmers markets are full of sauce makers and beverage producers who need professional-looking bottles. The beauty is in the service model. You bring the equipment to them, cap their products, and charge per bottle. Cosmetic producers need crimped spray caps for perfumes and beauty products. Powder packing and filling machine. This might not sound exciting, but powder packaging touches almost everything we buy, from spices and protein powder to cosmetics and cleaning products. A semi-automatic powder filling machine costs about $4,000 to $8,000 and can transform how you package any powdered product. The machine measures precise amounts, fills pouches or containers, and seals them professionally. This means you can buy bulk ingredients and create your own branded product lines or offer packaging services to other small businesses. Think about the possibilities. Custom spice blends for restaurants, personalized protein powder mixes, specialty flour blends for bakeries, or even beauty products like clay masks. The packaging quality looks just as professional as major brands, but you can do small runs that make sense for niche markets. The margins are fantastic. A 50-pound bag of spice blend might cost you $100, but when packaged into individual portions with your branding, it could sell for $400 to $500. Noodle making machine. You can turn simple dough into fresh noodles for hundreds of kilos. No fancy pricing talk, just real capacity. A semi-automatic or compact commercial line starts around 2,500 to 5,000. Mid-grade units process 160 to 300 kilograms of noodles per hour, 4-kilowatt motors, handling diverse types: ramen, egg, rice, pasta. Operating costs stay low, electricity minimal, 3 to 4 kilowatts. A single staffer runs batching, feeding, and drying hanging. Fresh noodles wholesale at 2 to 4 per kilogram, depending on type, market premium. With a few hundred kilos daily, revenue comfortably hits hundreds to low thousands per shift, turning a single setup into a consistent bakery-grade supply. Cotton candy machine. Finally, this machine turns regular sugar into fluffy, colorful treats that people can't resist, especially kids and families at events. Whether it's a birthday party, school fair, sports game, or weekend market, there's always room for a cotton candy stand. Entry-level commercial machines cost as little as $150 to $200, and they're light, portable, and super easy to operate. All you need is flavored sugar and some sticks or cones. You can start by renting the machine out for parties or running your own booth at local events. Add variety with different colors, unique flavors, or even glow-in-the-dark sticks. Margins are fantastic, and the visual appeal draws crowds instantly. The only challenge is that it's a seasonal and location-based business. You'll earn more during warmer months or holidays when foot traffic is high. If you're looking for machines that can fit in your garage, and you can start with low investment. Spring making machine. Springs are everywhere, but custom springs are surprisingly hard to find. A spring-making machine coils wire into precise specifications, serving niche markets that big manufacturers ignore. Repair shops constantly need replacement springs for appliances, cars, and equipment that are no longer manufactured. Inventors and engineers need prototype springs for new products. The mechanical keyboard community is obsessed with custom springs for different typing feels. Vintage car restorers pay premium prices for springs that match original specifications. A CNC spring coiler can produce various diameters and lengths automatically, ensuring consistent quality. Even jewelry makers use springs for artistic purposes. The key is positioning yourself as the go-to source for small quantities and custom specifications. Copper braid compacting. This machine literally turns pounds of mixed wire into stacks of cash, and nobody's talking about it. You drop junk into a compact copper braid compacting granulating machine, and it crushes, chops, separates insulation from metal, then spits out near pure granules of copper and plastic. A small model from Alibaba, or BSGH, runs about $4,900 to $6,000, while compact but more powerful setups go for roughly $27,500 to $30,000. So let's do some math. Per ton of scrap, you earn around $3,048 just from recycled copper, 40% yield at $7,620 at a ton, and another few hundred from the recovered plastic. That means processing 4 tons pulls upwards of $7,400 8-day profit, even after power and labor, based on conservative market prices. So you can create copper granules for metal recyclers and plastic pellets for manufacturers. Then reach out to local salvage yards, big commodity buyers, or direct recyclers for better margins. Running costs are low. The work is one-person operation for compact units, and uptime is high because feed and go is the Honey Spoon packing machine. A solid model like the Zone Sun ZS FSH S20 runs about $8,700 and packs 1,600 to 1,800 spoons per hour, handling filling, sealing, and discharging, all wrapped in stainless steel with PID temperature control and servo piston dosing for plus or minus 0.5% accuracy. It draws around 1.2 kilowatt plus heater power, so electricity costs are minimal per batch. You're creating precise, on-the-go honey spoon packs, ideal for hotels, cafes, airlines, gift sets, farmers markets, where they sell at 30 cents to 80 cents each depending on branding and volume. However, regular cleaning is crucial. Sticky buildup jams mechanisms if neglected. The hopper needs accurate temp control so honey flows consistently, and film feed must be aligned to avoid seal failures or waste. But for such a compact footprint and affordable price point, this setup delivers single-serve value with cafe-level flair, serves booming on-the-go markets. Carton box cutting machine. With online shopping at an all-time high, the demand for custom boxes and packaging has exploded. That's where the carton box cutting machine comes in. This machine lets you create boxes of all shapes and sizes by cutting cardboard with incredible precision. You can get your hands on a basic semi-automatic box cutter for a few $1,000s, and it's compact enough to run in a garage setting. These machines often work with corrugated sheets, gray board, or craft material, and they produce neat, clean folds with minimal waste. The smart marketing angle here is to go after local brands or online stores who need quick turnaround or low-quantity custom packaging that big factories won't bother with. However, you'll need a steady supply of cardboard sheets and might face competition from large-scale packaging companies. But with creativity, fast service, and good designs, you'll build a strong local client base fast. Vinyl cutting plotter. We live in a personalization economy, and vinyl cutters are the secret weapon of smart entrepreneurs. These machines are like printers that use blades instead of ink, cutting precise designs from colored vinyl sheets. The custom you're tapping into everything from car decals to wedding decorations. Modern plotters are computer-controlled, so you design on your laptop and send it straight to the machine. The versatility is incredible. T-shirt graphics, window decals, laptop stickers, wall quotes, business signage, you name it. Local businesses love working with someone who can handle small orders without minimum quantities. The learning curve is gentle, and there's a huge online community sharing designs and tips. Balloon printing press. A balloon printing press uses screen printing techniques to add logos, messages, or designs to latex balloons. The process involves partially inflating balloons, securing them in printing jigs, and applying ink through screens. Local businesses love promotional balloons for grand openings, sales events, and marketing campaigns. Wedding couples want personalized balloons with their names and dates. Birthday parties become special with custom messages. Corporate events need branded balloons for trade shows and company picnics. Schools and nonprofits use custom balloons for fundraising events and celebrations. The visual impact is immediate and powerful. People notice custom balloons and remember the message. A balloon that costs 10 cents to print easily sells for $1 or more in small quantities. Kombucha brewing system. Forget soda, the fermented tea revolution is here to stay. Kombucha has exploded from a hippie health drink to a mainstream beverage that's projected to double in market size by 2030. People are obsessed with gut health and natural alternatives to sugary drinks. A kombucha brewing system can be as simple as a ceramic crock with a spigot or as sophisticated as a stainless steel continuous brewing setup. The magic happens when you ferment sweet tea with a SCOBY culture, creating that tangy, probiotic-rich drink everyone's talking about. Continuous brew systems let you draw off finished kombucha while adding fresh tea on top, giving you a steady supply. The beauty is in the flavors: ginger, turmeric, berry basil, or classic lemon combinations that make your brand stand out. CNC Tile Cutter. This two-blade CNC setup automates slab cutting, making clean, uniform sections with no breakage and plus or minus 0.1 millimeter accuracy. Its twin saws work in harmony. The first scores, the second completes. That means no chipped edges or excess grinding, just precision cuts. It runs on under 10 kilowatt power with a conveyor that slices slabs up to 1.2 meters wide and 20 millimeter thick, cutting continuously at 1 to 5 meters per minute. Materials like ceramic, porcelain, engineered quartz, or stone become ready-to-use panels or wall tiles, step cut, or custom size with near zero manual post-processing needed. For a typical small workshop, setup costs include the machine plus consumables like blades and water, roughly $100 per day total. Add labor, just one person to feed slabs and unload, and that's it. Then the real payoff. These pre-cut slabs sell to local tilers, kitchen renovators, or direct to homeowners at premiums of 8 to 15 plus or square feet, depending on finish and service. Nut butter grinder. The health food revolution isn't slowing down, and nut butters are leading the charge. While store-bought versions are loaded with preservatives, people are craving fresh, artisanal alternatives. A nut butter grinder transforms ordinary roasted nuts into creamy, spreadable gold right in your kitchen. These machines use stone grinding plates or heavy-duty blades to create that perfect texture everyone loves. You can experiment with unique flavors like honey peanut or cocoa almond butter that command premium prices. The best part? Your customers will taste the difference immediately. Fresh ground nut butter has a richness that mass-produced versions simply can't match. Hat knitting machine! This isn't your grandma's knitting. It spits out hats so fast and cheap, you'll think it's too good to be true. But the numbers don't lie. Drop about $6,800 to $8,650, or go for budget full automation around $5,000 to $6,000, and you've got something that can pump out up to 600 hats a day reliably. These aren't toy looms. You get computerized controls, densest gauge settings, and jacquard options up to 16 colors, all on a stable industrial platform. Feed in standard acrylic or wool yarn, $15 a day, flick it on, and suddenly you've got an assembly line of winter warmth. If you price each custom or branded hat at $15 to $30, turning 300 to 600 pieces into $4,500 to $9,000 per day revenue. Even at a 0.5 markup, that's $2,000 to $3,500 day profit after materials and electricity. This scales fast when you supply boutiques, sell online bundles, or do corporate swag, all leveraging batch upsells and seasonal designs. Tea bag packing machine. You start with an automatic tea bag packing machine that costs between $6,000 to $15,000 for models with dual chamber and outer bag capability, fully sealed, tag-attached, PLC-controlled beauties that ship straight from factories. Basic single bag units float around $1,800 to $3,000, ideal for boutique or herbal blends with lower speed needs. These machines pump out 50 to 130 bags per minute, depending on model and tea type. Over an 8-hour shift, that's 24,000 to 60,000 bags a day. With raw materials, tea leaves, filter paper, tag, outer sachet, plus power and routine maintenance, your cost per bag sits around 5 cents to 10 cents. Wholesale buyers pay 20 cents to 40 cents for plain bags, and premium pyramid or herbal blends push 50 cents to 80 cents. After inventory, labor, and power, you're still looking at $7,000+ in daily profit, and machines keep running. One story from Business Today confirmed it. A U.S. $2,100 a program producing 20,000 bags daily, bringing in $1,800 with margins jumping past 35% once scaled. Bolt packaging machine. If you've ever bought a bag of screws or bolts, chances are it was packed by a machine like this. A bolt packaging machine automates the process of counting and bagging small hardware items, things like nuts, washers, or screws. It's a major time saver for anyone dealing with hardware, toolkits, or DIY sets. Small tabletop units are available for under $3,000 and are perfect for setting up in a garage or small workshop. This machine is great if you're targeting hardware stores, online retailers, or even manufacturing companies that need hardware packs bundled with their products. The magic here is in accuracy. It counts every item perfectly, seals the bag, and gets it ready for shelves or shipping. While the profit margins per bag are small, it adds up fast if you land a few bulk clients. The downside is that you'll need a consistent supply of small parts, and volume is key to making this machine really pay off. Welding wire machines. Think of an industrial wire drawing plus coating line for welding wire. These setups run between $40,000 to $60,000 for a 1 ton per day semi-automatic plant, like MIG/CO2 wire lines from China, or up to $2 million plus for full automatic high output systems. You feed in low carbon steel wire rod, and the machine draws it down through multiple stages, polishes it, applies a copper coating, cools it, and rewinds it neatly onto spools. A smaller scale unit pushing 100 kilograms per hour, while requiring only an operator generator plus power together cost under $50 per day. Raw steel costs roughly $1.20 to $1.50 per kilogram, while finished welding wire retails between $3 to $4 per kilogram depending on grade. That gap means a daily revenue of around $3,200 to $4,000, with gross margins hitting 40 to 50% even after accounting for overhead and labor. This churns out wire used in construction, automotive, shipbuilding, industries fueling a $15 billion welding product market that's growing 4 to 5% annual. Even better, semi-auto units can be installed in small industrial sheds or existing fab yards. Jewelry laser engraving machine. If you've ever bought a personalized gift, chances are it was made using a laser engraving machine. These little powerhouses are perfect for engraving names, logos, or designs on jewelry, watches, cufflinks, and more. The personalized gift market is booming. People are always looking for one-of-a-kind keepsakes, especially around weddings, anniversaries, and holidays. You can start with a compact desktop engraver that costs between $1,000 to $2,000, and it fits nicely in a garage or small home office. These machines work on materials like gold, silver, stainless steel, or even glass. The key to success here is offering unique designs or fast turnaround, especially for events or corporate gifts. Just keep in mind that you'll need to learn some basic design software, and some materials may require testing to get it just right. Felt making machine. Don't underestimate the power of felt in today's craft-obsessed world. This dense textile has found its way into everything from trendy home decor to children's toys and even industrial applications. Handmade felt items are crushing it on Etsy and at craft fairs because people love that soft, rustic appeal. A needle felting machine uses multiple barbed needles that move up and down, interlocking fibers much faster than traditional hand methods. Think of it like a sewing machine without thread, just needles that punch wool into perfect felt sheets. You can create finished products like coasters, phone cases, or decorative flowers, or sell the felt material itself to other crafters. The eco-friendly angle is huge right now, especially when you're using natural wool fibers. Paper bag printer. In a world moving away from plastic, printed paper bags have become the new standard for retail packaging. Whether it's a boutique, a bakery, or a small cafe, everyone wants their logo printed on eco-friendly bags. A paper bag printer allows you to offer exactly that. These machines print high-quality, multicolored designs on paper bags of different sizes, and even the more compact models are efficient enough to run in a garage setup. The demand is solid, especially with businesses aiming to look eco-conscious. You can start by offering small batch printing for local stores who don't want to order 10,000 bags at once from a factory. Many smaller clients will happily pay a premium for customized, low-volume orders. But sometimes alignment issues can be tricky if you're not careful with setup. Chalk making machine. Starting price is surprisingly low, $600 to $3,000 depending on capacity. Entry-level automatic units output 2,000 to 4,000 sticks per hour, while larger multi-mold setups crank out up to 600,000 sticks daily, all with a single operator overseeing mixing and demolding. These machines have auto water injection, vibration molds, and electric stirring, powered by just 220 volts, a few hundred watts. And they deliver 99% finished quality chalk, dustless, clean, and grade school ready. Raw input is cheap. Gypsum or calcium carbonate plus water costing only a few cents per stick. Wholesale chalk usually sells for 2 cents to 5 cents each depending on region and packaging. Even at a modest 3-cent margin per piece, pushing 100K sticks a day nets $3,000 gross, while overhead, power, material, labor barely eats half, leaving $1,500 to $2,000 daily profit. That's nearly $60,000 a month in a simple workshop with minimal setup. By the way, you'll need routine cleanouts and spare molds to keep running smoothly. Plus, packaging lines, manual or semi-auto, are necessary to hit polished retail-ready gears. Chalk never goes out of style. Schools, fitness centers, artists, public events, they all need it. CNC toothbrush machine. Toothbrushes may not seem exciting, but they're a staple in every home. The cool part? There's growing interest in niche toothbrushes like bamboo or charcoal-infused brushes. A CNC toothbrush machine is designed to automate the production of toothbrush handles and insert the bristles. While full-scale production lines are expensive, there are smaller, semi-automatic versions that can help you get started with under $10,000, especially if you're focusing on just the tufting or bristle insertion part. The best market entry here is going after eco-conscious or design-focused consumers. You could even brand your own toothbrushes and sell through Instagram, Amazon, or a personal website. Just remember that regulations in personal care products can vary depending on your country, so it's good to stay informed. Key copying machine. There's something timeless about a business that helps people when they're locked out or just need a spare. A key copying machine is one of the most classic and reliable business tools out there. Small manual or semi-automatic models can cost as little as $500, and they're compact enough to operate from a corner of your garage or even the trunk of your car. The beauty of this machine is its simplicity. Insert the original key, place a blank, and the machine copies the shape with precision. It's fast, easy, and always in demand. Think about it. People are constantly losing keys or needing extras. You can even offer mobile key cutting in neighborhoods, offices, or apartment complexes. Add-on services like engraving or basic locksmith tools can boost your earnings. The only catch? Some advanced keys like car transponders or electronic fobs require more sophisticated equipment. Now, if you're thinking this machine sounds perfect, but I wish I had more details, you're not alone. That's exactly why we built a free community. Inside, we break down these ideas even further, like actual sourcing tips, supplier details, packaging tricks, and what to avoid so you don't lose your first investment. Nail making machine. Nails are the silent backbone of construction, furniture making, and everyday repairs. They're cheap, high volume, and always in demand. A nail-making machine automates the process by feeding steel wire, cutting it to size, forming the head, and sharpening the tip, all in one smooth cycle. And the best part? You don't need a massive factory to get started. Compact machines are available for around $2,000 and can be easily operated from a small workshop or even a large garage. This machine gives you the ability to produce nails in various sizes, which means you can serve different industries, from home builders to furniture makers. The marketing edge comes from being local, offer faster delivery, and smaller batch sizes compared to importers. The main challenge is that nails are a commodity product with slim margins, so you'll need to focus on bulk production. Egg tray machine. If you're near a farming community or small poultry operation, this machine could be your golden egg. An egg tray machine turns waste paper or pulp into molded trays that keep eggs safe during transport and storage. It's a surprisingly simple but effective process, and even small-scale automatic machines that produce up to 1,000 trays per hour are available for as little as $2,800. All you need is water, paper waste, and a bit of space to dry the trays, or you can invest in a small drying system if you want to scale. The beauty of this business is its eco-friendliness. Your product is biodegradable, recyclable, and practical. You can sell directly to local egg producers, farmers markets, or even resell through packaging suppliers. The only downside is that the machine does use a decent amount of water and energy, so you'll need to factor that into your operating costs. Still, for a green business with strong rural demand, this machine is a smart investment. Windshield wiper rubber cutting machine. Most people never think about it, but windshield wiper blades need to be replaced every 6 to 12 months. That's millions of cars, each with 2 or more blades, and an opportunity sitting in plain sight. A windshield wiper rubber cutting machine lets you take raw rubber strips and slice them into precise sizes for various car models. This is a niche business, but a clever one, especially if you partner with local mechanics or auto shops. Basic machines start around $1,500 to $2,000, and they're compact enough for a small workspace. You can also sell replacement rubber strips online or through local car accessory stores. Since most people hate buying expensive brand name wiper blades, offering affordable, custom length refills can be a great pitch. The main limitation is the narrow focus. Your business will rely heavily on automotive customers, so location and industry relationships are key. Door hinge machine. Door hinges might not be flashy, but they're absolutely essential, and that makes them a rock-solid business idea. Every door, cabinet, and gate needs a hinge, and that constant demand translates to real opportunity. A door hinge making machine typically uses sheet metal to stamp, punch, and bend hinges into shape. Small-scale versions or individual parts of the production line, like hinge pressing or hole punching, can be bought separately to keep your investment low, around $3,500 for a starter setup. This machine is ideal for those with some fabrication experience or a background in hardware. You could sell directly to carpenters, cabinet makers, or small furniture brands that want reliable hardware without importing thousands of pieces from overseas. Tire shredding machine. With the world increasingly focused on sustainability, tire recycling is one of the most underappreciated business opportunities out there. Old tires are a huge environmental problem, and governments are actively looking for solutions. A tire shredding machine lets you take worn-out tires and turn them into valuable products like rubber mulch, playground flooring, or even fuel. Entry-level industrial shredders are more expensive, often starting at $10,000 and climbing higher, but the payoff can be big. Plus, the byproducts can be resold in different forms to landscapers, asphalt companies, or manufacturers. The biggest hurdle is the initial investment and getting the proper permits, as recycling businesses are often regulated.
Automatic dumpling maker. Love pot stickers or samosas? There are dumpling-making machines that work by extruding dough wrappers, filling them with your prepared filling, and crimping them closed, spitting out ready-to-cook dumplings in seconds. Surprisingly, small models suitable for a home-based food business can start at around $700 for a manual, semi-automatic version, with larger electric models a bit more. Dumplings and similar savory pastries are in high demand, from Asian pot stickers and wontons to Indian samosas or Latin American empanadas. The ingredients, flour, water for dough, and veggies, meat or potatoes for filling, are quite cheap per piece. For example, a pork dumpling might cost you less 10 cents in raw ingredients, yet could retail for several dollars per dozen. If selling directly, you might charge $5 to $8 for a tray of a dozen homemade dumplings, which could be 50% plus profit after packaging and overhead. Restaurants or grocery stores might buy them wholesale at a lower price, but even then, margins are decent due to low ingredient cost. Mini potato chips production line. If you've ever fancied making the next great potato chip, there are small-scale potato chip machines that allow you to do just that. Typically, a mini chips line will consist of a peeler, slicer, fryer, seasoning tumbler, and a packaging machine, often sold as separate small machines you can combine. You can start with a few components and add on as you grow. The cost can start around $6,000 for a basic set of individual machines. Each machine might be a few hundred to a couple $1,000s. Americans love potato chips. It's a multi-billion-dollar market. A unique homegrown chip brand, maybe using local potatoes or unique flavors, can find a niche locally. Potato as a raw material is very cheap, for example, 50 cents per pound or less in bulk. 1 pound of potatoes turns into roughly a quarter pound of chips after frying. Water loss. That quarter pound of chips can be bagged into, say, 2 2-ounce bags that sell at $2 to $3 each. So, from 50 cents of potatoes, you get $4 to $6 in revenue. Of course, you have oil, seasoning, packaging costs, but you're likely still looking at 50% profit margins or better if you price and manage efficiently. Cardboard box perforator. This machine doesn't produce an item for end consumers, but rather creates a useful packaging material. A cardboard shredder takes waste cardboard, like all those Amazon boxes lying around, and shreds or perforates it into a mesh-like sheet that can be used as packing filler, an eco-friendly alternative to bubble wrap or peanuts. Essentially, it turns old boxes into cushioning material that businesses can use to ship products safely. Small tabletop models start at roughly $1,000 new, and they can process decent volumes of cardboard per hour. Waste cardboard is free. Often you can get people to give it to you just to haul it away. The output product, packing filler, has value. Companies currently pay for packing materials, so if you price yours just below the cost of, say, bubble wrap, they'll gladly switch since yours is eco-friendly and cheaper. Since your raw material cost is negligible, Margins can be high, 70% plus. The key is volume and finding steady buyers. Small manufacturers, craft sellers, warehouses, etc. However, this isn't a glamorous consumer-facing business. It's more B2B and recycling service-oriented. Plastic Injection Molding Machine. A mini plastic injection molding machine lets you create small plastic parts. Think combs, toy figurines, phone case components, kitchen utensil handles, hardware pieces, and so on, with professional quality. These everyday plastic items are cheap to produce from pellets and molds, yet can sell for a nice markup if you identify a niche. Desktop models are available for a few $1,000s. For example, a popular home use model costs about $2,200. Plastic pellets cost pennies per part, so margins can be high once you've invested in a mold. Injection molding businesses often aim for 60% profit margins on direct retail orders. However, there's a learning curve in setting up the machine and perfecting the process, and you'll need to design or source mold tooling for each new product. Die cutting machine. Every physical product needs a package. This machine allows you to make custom cardboard boxes or packaging inserts. Essentially, it uses a cutting die, like a metal cookie cutter for cardboard, to cut and crease sheets of cardboard into boxes. Small manual and semi-auto die cutters, often called die cutting presses or carton cutters, start around $3,500 for a decent one. Custom boxes have high margins because clients pay for the design and convenience of small quantity. A box that costs you 20 cents in cardboard and maybe 5 cents in wear and tear could easily sell for $1 or more to the client, especially when printed or uniquely shaped. Short-run digital printing on boxes, using a separate printer, or even just custom stamps, combined with your cutting, can fetch premium pricing. Your investment is in the dies, which can cost from $100 to a few hundred depending on complexity, but that can be built into the client's fee. Tube filling machine. This is a machine that fills semi-liquid products into tubes, like toothpaste style, squeeze tubes. Small semi-automatic tube fillers suitable for a startup can be found in the low thousands of dollars, around $3,000 to $5,000 for basic. They work by holding an empty tube, filling it with a measured amount of product, and then sealing the tube's end. Typically, beauty and cosmetic products have large markups. For example, filling a 2-ounce tube of hand cream might cost you $1 in ingredients and packaging, but it could retail for $5, $10. That's up to 80 to 90% gross margin, which covers marketing and overhead, but still often leaves a healthy profit if you can sell volume. However, there's a regulatory aspect. Cosmetics and foods are regulated, FDA for labeling, possibly requiring a cosmetics manufacturing practice or a food kitchen license. Rice cake making machine. This is a rather unique one. A puffed rice cake machine that makes those crispy rice or corn cakes often used as a bread substitute or healthy snack. You've likely seen round puffed rice cakes in supermarkets, like the Quaker brand. A small machine can pop rice or corn into cakes in a flash using heat and pressure. The process is basically, load a scoop of rice, corn grits. The machine compresses and heats it, pops. A circular cake is formed in seconds. These machines start around $3,500 for a compact model. With consumers looking for low-calorie and gluten-free snacks, rice cakes are a staple in many pantries. Rice and corn are dirt cheap as raw material. The value is added in the popping and packaging. A pack of 10 rice cakes might retail for $3, $4. Your cost for that much rice is just a few cents. Even accounting for packaging and flavorings, margins can be high, easily 50–70%. Market them as a local, healthier alternative snack. You could supply independent health food stores or sell with custom flavors. Also consider packaging in eco-friendly bags to appeal to eco-conscious buyers. Coffee bean roaster. Americans drink coffee by the gallon, and there's always room for another local coffee brand. A small roasting machine lets you roast green coffee beans into that aromatic, flavorful coffee that people crave every morning. You can find 1-2 kilograms capacity electric roasters on Alibaba for as low as around $1,800 to $2,500, which are suitable for small batches. With such a roaster, you can buy raw coffee beans, which are much cheaper, and roast them to create your own blends or single-origin coffees. Coffee roasting can be lucrative. Roasted coffee beans often sell for $15 to $20 per pound for gourmet quality. To market it, you can emphasize small batch roasting, unique flavor profiles, fair trade or organic beans if you use them. You can sell online. Coffee has nationwide appeal and ships well. Or supply local cafes, farmers markets, and specialty grocery stores. Recycled newspaper pencil machine. This is one of the eco-friendliest ideas on our list. A machine that turns waste paper, like old newspapers, into pencils. Instead of wood, these pencils have a tightly rolled paper casing around the graphite lead. This machine typically cuts strips of paper, applies glue, wraps them around a pencil lead, and then dries them into a hard pencil. The equipment for a small-scale operation starts around $4,000. Some listings show $1,000 to $3,600 for simpler units, but a full mini production line with a dryer might be a bit more. Regular pencils are cheap, but specialty or eco-friendly pencils can fetch a higher price, especially when sold to gift shops, school fundraisers, or promotional product companies. Your raw material cost is almost zero if you're using recycled paper you get free. If a machine can make, say, 30 to 60 pencils a minute, in an hour you have 1,800 plus pencils. Even if you sold them at just 10 cents each in bulk, which is roughly wholesale for plain pencils, that's $180 gross per hour of production. Honey stick packing machine. Honey sticks, also known as honey sticks or honey straws, are those handy single-serve tubes of honey, popular as natural sweeteners for tea or a quick energy snack. A honey stick filling machine allows you to buy honey in bulk and package it into these small straw-like packs. Entry-level machines for this purpose typically range from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on capacity. This business can be sweet indeed. Honey sticks often retail for about 25 cents each, for $4 in farm shops and cafes. Yet the honey inside is only worth a couple of cents. By buying raw honey from local beekeepers in bulk or wholesale wildflower honey, you support local agriculture and get a lower cost per pound. Honey sticks appeal to health-conscious consumers as an all-natural sweetener, parents, less mess for kids' snacks, and outdoor enthusiasts, easy energy on hikes. You can market packs of them to coffee/tea shops as an alternative to sugar packets, include them in gift baskets, or sell directly at farmers markets and online. Disposable paper tableware. This machine, or set of machines, produces paper tableware. Items like paper plates, bowls, or even paper cups. Given the push to replace single-use plastics with biodegradable options, making paper-based disposable dishes can be a timely business. A small paper plate press, for instance, can be found for a few $1,000s, often around $4,000 for a semi-automatic unit. Disposable plates are low-cost items, but when you produce them yourself, you could undercut wholesale prices or pocket the margin. For example, if it costs you 5 cents to make a plate and you sell it for 10 cents, that's a 100% markup. Paper reel stock and coating material are your main inputs. Both are relatively inexpensive when bought in bulk. Start local. Approach party supply stores, catering services, or restaurants with your product. Emphasize environmental benefits, e.g., our plates are made from recycled paper, and are fully compostable in 60 days. If true. Herbal cigarette filling machine. This intriguing machine produces cigarettes, but not the tobacco kind. It's designed to fill cigarette tubes with herbal mixtures, tobacco and nicotine-free, for those who want a smoking cessation aid or just a non-tobacco smoking experience. In places like India, herbal cigarettes made of tulsi, mint, or other herbs have been used to help wean off nicotine. A small machine for this purpose starts around $2,500 for semi-automatic models. Traditional cigarettes are cheap to make but heavily taxed. Herbal cigarettes, on the other hand, can be sold at premium since they're more novelty therapeutic. The key is to avoid implying any health claims that could get you in trouble. You can market them as aromatic smoke, stress relief smokes, or simply as a novelty. However, regulations can be a bit gray. While there's no tobacco, selling anything intended for smoking might attract scrutiny. Digital embroidery machine. These machines allow you to add high-quality stitched designs to hats, shirts, jackets, bags, and more. A single-head computerized embroidery machine, often with 10 to 15 needles for multicolor designs, is a fantastic business machine for custom apparel. Modern models, suitable for small business, start at about $2,500 for entry-level commercial units. With one, you can produce embroidered logos on caps for local businesses, monogrammed towels, custom patches, and personalized gifts. The margins in embroidery can be excellent. The thread and backing materials cost only cents, and the apparel blanks, plain hats, shirts, etc., can be bought wholesale fairly cheap. For example, a plain cap might cost you $3. You embroider a custom logo on it with perhaps 50 cents of thread, and businesses or teams will happily pay $15 to $20 for that custom cap. Industry folks note profit margins around 50% or more are achievable, and some specific jobs, like patches, can have margins as high as 90% because the material cost is so low compared to the price of custom work.